Ever since the dawn of time, we as human beings have this fascination about numbers. We always cared about who did the most of something. We look for hunters. The hunters that caught the most prey had the most successful tribes. We look at the kings with the most amount of money in their pockets. I have none. We look for the people who have the best smarts, the highest achievements, and we have events around the world to look at these people's achievements. We have the Olympics to see who runs the fastest. We look at sports. We look at mathematical challenges. Now, all these things have one thing in common, and is that they can all be measured. In our professional world, everything can be measured, and for each of us, a lot of our achievements, we look forward to be measured by one way or another. I don't mean to be bragging or anything, but I have over 300 followers on Instagram. But in our professional world, we look for these skills. When people are hiring, they look for these skills that are beneficial. Who has the highest GPA? At school, who has the highest grades? Who has the most amount of friends? Now, with all that being said, that is not the topic we're here to talk about today. All our achievements can be measured, but that does not measure the success that we have in the workplace. There's one set of important skills that are beneficial for promotion and hiring, and that is our list of soft skills. Soft skills are a set of traits that a person can have that is beneficial to both their personal lives and professional lives. However, these skills are not as measured as easily. For a coder, we can say that he has created 30, 50, 80 successful programs. For an entrepreneur, we can say that he created 100 successful businesses. But for soft skills, the ones that we're going to be discussing today, don't have a quantifiable measure for them.
All right, so let's start off with a positive attitude. A positive attitude is crucial for like new hires, especially when you go in for that interview. The first impression is the last impression. When they see you have that positive energy, when they see you have like positive vibes, the person who is interviewing you like wants you at your company because it immediately impacts your colleagues. You walk in there with a smile, with a positive attitude, positive energy. People want to go to you. People want to be like you. So it creates a sort of ripple effect. For example, let's say you're going to make some coffee and like you smile at the person right behind you. Like that person, because of your smile, it probably just made their day. So when they see another person, they smile at them. And when that person sees another person, they smile at them. And it goes on and on and on. And like it just creates a positive environment at your company, at your workplace. So that's why positivity is really important for millennials like us. Because like in like the IT profession, which most of us, if not all, are going into, we can get caught up, you know, in like boring routine work, and that's with a lot of professions as well. So like if you maintain, so like we can, it's easy for us to be negative, but like if you have that positivity, you will stand out and you will impact your colleagues in a great way. Along with being positive, you also need to be dependable. Your boss wants someone they can trust. They want someone who cares about their business, who cares about the company as much as they do. If they see that, oh, this guy actually cares, they will trust you more. And a way to build your trust with your boss is to deliver on your promises. Not just deliver, but over-deliver. And a way to do this is, as we learned in class, is to under-promise, but over-deliver. When they see that, it leads to a better chance of you being promoted and climbing up the business ladder. And now I'll pass off to Ujjwal.
So I'm speaking about the teamwork and collaboration. Basically, I used to be a military member back then in 2013 to 2017 for 4 years. And teamwork and collaboration used to be very, very important part of our work. So whenever I needed to learn something from let's say from my colleagues or something, I used to go to them and we used to work in a team. Basically, they used to teach me whatever I don't know. And basically, After that, I could do every work that they could do. But if I was stubborn and I did not like to go to them and learn from them what needs to be learned, then I used to face trouble. And my superior used to chew out me or maybe like even punish me, which I really didn't like. Communication is also one of the most important thing in for getting hired and for the promotion, because those big companies will relay the messages, give you messages and emails through the email sent to you, but it's your responsibility to see that emails and message and also send them what you have learned from them, and also communicate your needs, you communicate your progress to them. Now, if you don't do that, you're not really communicating effectively, and that will also come back to haunt you, and they will. In my organization, like when I used to be in the military, they could just punish us, but they could not really fire for any one of us for that reason. But for now, if you are working in any of those organizations, they will not like say anything to you. You may be replaced by other people who are willing to do that task. So another one I have is adaptability. Does anybody know a company called Thomas Cook over here? Yes, they were the business who were. They are the company who were in business for over 200 years, but now recently they have gone bankrupt. It is because they were unable to adapt to the new changing technologies. Now, we have people also over here who are not able to adapt to the new technologies, or maybe like adapt to changing work environment. Now, if that's the case, then it's not going to be very good for them, because you have to be able to adapt, change to the working condition to be successful.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Jeremiah. Can I get a show of hands here? Who has road rage? Or who has ever had road rage? Okay, so majority of the class. So you all are not very self-aware. And I'll discuss that here. So self-awareness is the awareness of your own personality traits. This person right here that says, I'm still angry at this red light, he has zero self-awareness. He lets situations that are out of his control affect him. A little thing that I always keep you can't control life. You might think that you can, but how to tell if you're self-aware? You've worked on resolving difficult issues in your past. You're able to build positive relationships with others. You treat people with kindness and respect. And difficult situations like this do not destroy you or ruin your day. Now, how to become self-aware? You look at yourself in the mirror every day. You ask yourself, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How can I fix these? You plan out your goals. You break them down into mini goals so they seem less overwhelming. And growing up, I was in band, and my our drill instructor always said, "Fake it until you make it." I'm sorry, but now that I look back at my life, that's really poor advice. Face it until you make it, folks. Everyone fails. Everyone gets down. You have to get back up off the canvas, learn from that situation, and if necessary, repeat the same failure until you finally get it. Ask trusted friends and coworkers for feedback and find healthy outlets for improving yourself. My girlfriend, she's from California. She loves hiking. She loves going on walks, going to the beach. Unfortunately, here in Texas, you can't walk anywhere without hitting traffic. So I might suggest a gym membership. There's some popular like rock climbing walls. I mean, if you want to travel, you can go to Oklahoma. I'll be honest with you, she hates it here. But anyway, find healthy outlets for improving yourself. And that doesn't really just go for self-awareness. That goes also for self-confidence. Low self-esteem or low self-confidence is like driving through life with your handbrake on. You visualize yourself how you want to be. You dress for the job you want, not the job you have. You affirm yourself. You can do anything that you set your minds to. I mean, this might sound very cheesy, but when you wake up in the morning, talk to yourself. And I don't mean, in a mentally messed up way. Actually tell yourself, hey, I'm going to have a good day. I mean, if you have low self-esteem or you don't feel, I don't know, if you're not as pretty as I am, tell yourself, I'm gorgeous, and face fear head on and get out of your comfort zone. This class, this presentation, and a lot of us, I assume, aren't very good public speakers, but face your fear head on and get out of your comfort zone. Help someone in need. Helping someone in need, I found, helps you forget about your own problems and makes you grateful for what you have. SPCA, I think we have an assignment in here where we have to volunteer or go to a community engagement, or we have a class that we have to take that we have to have a community engagement. I would do that. Again, make time to cultivate healthy habits. Ladies, manicures, pedicures. Guys, play Fortnite. And make sure your goals are attainable, guys, not unrealistic. I'm 32 years old. I never thought I'd be back in school. I graduated high school in 2006. It's never too late to attain your goals. And thank you.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm in a presentation right now. I'm gonna call you back later. We'll talk about the conference, okay? Now, trying to plan a conference on a phone call with a presentation in another class is not great multitasking. When we're multitasking, we're not looking for whether you can text or drive. We're not looking for whether you can juggle and dance at the same time. In the professional workplace, when we're looking for multitaskers, they're looking for someone that can manage their time well, manage multiple projects at the same time. And that, as a previous group has mentioned, requires an organization. Sometimes that requires a calendar. Whenever you have multiple projects and multiple deadlines with multiple group members that you may be working with, we have to be organized and be sure that we can manage each and every single project well, concentrating on each individual task without disturbing the other tasks involved. Now, when we think about the word multitasking, we always think about trying to juggle all these things at once, trying to do homework while watching TV, trying to read a book while listening to music. Now, these are not good examples of multitasking simply because none of those have a prioritization. Now, as a professor may know, if she's seen my assignments, that I probably watch TV while writing those essays. However, if we put our hearts into each individual task and each individual project that we put in, and every assignment that we need to complete, every project that we're assigned to, we can have a prioritization of what we need to finish and how to neatly organize through all our different projects. Now, in the professional workplace, they are always looking for people who can do multiple things at once. You get a job description after you get hired, and they say you want to do this, you want to do Excel sheets, you have to calculate data, you have to write code. Whatever it is you have to do at a workplace, there's always more on top of what is expected. Now, all these different tasks need to be balanced. Sometimes you get a surprise assignment. Sometimes your boss has extra workload for you. And all these extra workload do require you to make room in your schedule. And having this skill of being able to multitask properly gives you an advantage of making sure that you are creating well thought out, well created work. And that leads me to my next point, our work ethic. When working with our work ethic, we think about whether someone has discipline. That is a key part of when we're discussing work ethic, whether someone has discipline in creating good projects. Now, there's a variety of things when we're looking for when we're discussing work ethic, and one of the things is dependability. In the workplace, You can say someone has good work ethic. You can say someone has bad work ethic. However, these are such broad terms. There's a variety of areas that work ethic embody. One of the things that you may think about is that work ethic actually encompasses a lot of the other soft skills we talk about. Work ethic is talking about always creating the best product that you can. Someone with good work ethic always shows up 10 minutes early. Sometimes they'll always stay late to make sure that their project is finished. They will stay extra in order to make sure that their project or their task is done to the fullest extent that they can. That also includes deadlines. That goes back to our point of making sure that we hit these deadlines and making sure that these projects are finished on time. Work ethic is the embodiment of professionalism in the workplace, ensuring that someone, an employee, a boss, has the discipline and necessary efforts in order to complete the task that they want. So in conclusion, let's talk about just everything we discussed today. Soft skills is simply immeasurable. Every single point that my fellow teammates have discussed do not have a value to them. We can always want to be the best and always want the most amount of money, run the fastest, create the most amount of businesses. However, without these soft skills in our workplace, we cannot improve together as one. Thank you.